Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here planning for the week of January 13th through the 19th. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. This is now the third week, so I'm excited to get started. This kit is from Simply Gilded. It's called Dreamer, and it has this gorgeous hollow foil. So this is the full box page, as well as a couple of little, these guys, whatever they're called, headers. And then this is like a functional page, a bunch of checklists and flags, things like that. The hollow bows, not sure I'm going to use these guys, but I have them if I need them. More headers and boxes, and then the date dots and icons, or hearts, I guess, more accurately. My plan is to stick down all the headers. Is going to be my plan. The one trick that comes into mind is that they are not quite the size that you would expect a standard header to be. So each of these headers is 1/16 under the 1/4 inch size. So everything is just slightly tricky. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick down the top row of headers, as well as the date covers and date dots. And then I think I'm going to come back and we're going to put in some boxes and things like that. And we're going to figure out the rest of the headers together. To go with it, I do need some bottom washi. So I pulled some Simply Gilded. This is 3 sizes of hollow shattered in silver with white bows. And then this is like a light purple with hollow bows. I don't know if either of these, this one looks like it came with this collection. I don't know, all this stuff came in a grab box, but I'm gonna use some of this. I haven't opened either of these, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put all this stuff down and then I'll be back so that we can talk through next steps. Here's where we're at so far. If I do a little wiggle and a twerk, super foily for sure. So I'm thinking what I think is gonna work out is I think if I use the 5mm washi. So I think, let me see if I can just kind of demo how I'm gonna try to make this work. So if I put the 5mm washi, that might actually be the same width as the header. So that might not be quite enough. So it makes it pretty much even. Okay, so maybe what I'm gonna do, this might be the same width. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm just gonna stick down headers in the middle and the bottom as well. I think that's gonna be fine. Which headers do I want to use of all of these guys? Maybe I will use these 2 sets still and just do bows. I think that's gonna work. Or I could save. Okay, I'm gonna just make it match. So I'm gonna do this guy through the center. And I think I'm gonna just stick all my boxes through the center. I was gonna try to scatter them this week, but I think everything will end up looking more even if I do everything through the center for the setup. So I'm just gonna quickly create these guys. I was gonna use the headers in the kit, but I feel like with all of them being like the same with just bows in the center, I should have separated so that the glitter ones that are on the top then would be in the middle to kind of spread out the vibes and make it more even. But I didn't, and I'm certainly not picking up all those headers and putting them back down again. That would be way too much work and very terrible for everybody involved, in my opinion. So if I can figure out which direction my slice tool goes. Okay, stick the washi to the side. And now stick these down. I will be honest, when I first started picking up the headers, I kind of thought that I was actually wrong, and they weren't headers. They were somehow like B6 size boxes or something like that. So I got very worried there for a minute that my entire plan had to be scrapped. But I think it's only part of the plan. I think we're overall okay. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm going to use these blue and purple ones. I think I want to use purple on the ends. So keep it in the order that this is in. There's a lot of the boxes that are purple, but I think that's okay. I think it's still going to look cute, even with that. So this like fits perfectly here. So I think there might be a little white space, but that's okay. This is a thing that I'm like figuring out, because this planner is made by B&R Paper Crafts, obviously, hence why it's the B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. But she is based in Portugal, and so I feel like her headers are mostly the 5mm size headers, like these are, not the 1/4 inch headers that are more common on US kits, which are slightly wider. They're almost the same thing, but not quite. So we end up with slightly different size things. Okay, so this now means that we can put this stuff down, which was the whole purpose of this. I do want to put the box that says Dreamer as my quote box. I think that makes sense. There we go. That's looking cute. Okay, so we have kind of 5 that are those designs. We have 2 that are these. And then we end up with this one mountains. I think I'm going to put the mountains in the middle, because I kind of feel like it fits with the Dreamer vibe. All right, let's see how much extra space we have now. This is really hard to do. Well, it's flat. So I'm going to fold it in half. Make it a little bit thicker, because at this time of year the coil is rough. Okay, sorry if I bumped you. That looks pretty well centered, and then we'll just come back and fill in the rest. Let's see, I kind of want this one to be on Saturday, because this is the day of my sister and her husband have their, what we're calling a wedding shindig. So their wedding celebration. So I do want to stick that in there. And then I feel like maybe the heart right here, because this is like a family day. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to use one of these guys. Oh, I was going to use that on the outside. Maybe I'm actually going to make it all designs. Okay. I can't, because there's still 3 to go. Okay, so never mind. I'm crazy. Don't mind me. All right, so that's this half. And then over here, the design is going to go on the outside edge. And then, maybe the cloud right here. Oh, it's not perfectly straight, but it's close. We're gonna do our best. And the moon right here. That leaves this box still, but that's fine. Okay, here's where we're at now. This was harder than I thought it was gonna be, but it's looking super cute and I like it. This doesn't have the boxes matched, but I think that's gonna be fine. We're gonna go with it. moving back to the folded up version, I do have a couple functional headers here. These have like meeting, appointment, important, goals, shopping list, meal plan, to clean, and to do on those headers. And over here we have family, gratitude, work, and the days of the week up here. So where do I want to put what? With that days of the week header, it makes me feel like I could leave enough space. Oh, and then I also have these pages, which I forgot about. I could leave enough space to make it basically be like a habit tracker. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a header. That's a good place to start. There we go. And then I think how I want to do a habit tracker, which I think I'm just going to do for Instagram. I think it's going to be it as my habits for this week. I don't really have like an Instagram obvious kind of icon situation. So I'm going to use a little star guy like so. And then I am going to take this days of the week header and I'm going to place it. Sorry, that's my cat getting fed. Like that. And then I'm going to leave a little gap and I can put the check marks and then we're going to be good to go. All of these have, let's say 5 is the most, but I think that's really all I need for meal planning. So if I could find the page, there we go, with the meal plan header. That's this one. It is right here. I'm going to line that up like so. And then I'm going to take this checklist and put it underneath. That's for the 5 days of the week that we actually need to worry about meals, because those are the ones that I'm not on vacation as much. And then I do have this guy. Okay, I think somewhere, okay, I have a header to stick down like so. And then I have space for a gap again. I'll stick this down. This was apparently not straight. Sorry everyone, I think this might be my longest plan with me in a while. And then I do still have a little space down here, which I'm gonna use, I think, a purple box. There's space for another header or something. So I'm going to use a little bit of this washi. Like so. Just get a little bit more sparkle in here as if it's not already blindingly shiny. And then a little box for whatever I need. Okay, that's my sidebar. That took like 100 years, so sorry about that. Moving on to the weekdays. Hopefully this will now move faster because I've done all the hard stuff. I only have 2 work-related checkbox little lists here because that's not really like the point of this kind of situation. And so what I'm going to use for work is I'm going to use some of these guys. So I think I'm going to use these. I know the bow is going sideways, but that doesn't bother me because I want to use these. So that's going to be for work. And then this one. And then this one. And then we have to turn the page. before we get to the next work one. I also have a plan with me going up, and I do want to try to use something for that. My cat's like freaking out. I could use like this little book icon, one of the little books. Could use an exclamation. Could use this style bow. Oh, I think I'm gonna use these Simply Gilded bows. No, I think I'm gonna use the icon bows. Okay. Stick one down. That's gonna be for my plan with me. That's all I've got for this day. For Tuesday, the main thing that I have is I know I have curling. So I'm gonna use one of these guys down here at the bottom. Wednesday, I have nothing planned right now. Moving on to the second half of the week. I'm gonna stick this guy down for work. And then I have down at the bottom, curling. And then Friday, I don't think there's like a day off. No, that's totally fine. I am going to put in, maybe this one for the flight to the wedding shindig in Chicago. I don't have anything else sorted out for that day. I do have the last thing that we're gonna do on Saturday is wedding shindig. So I'm gonna stick that down here at the bottom. Not sure what else is going on Saturday. I know we have some like things to set up and stuff like that. And then we also have towards the end of the day on Sunday, our flight back. And I don't really know anything else that's happening on Sunday either. So I still have like a lot of stuff in this kit. I'm not gonna use everything, but I have a lot of stuff to be able to do the rest of the setup as I know stuff. But I think this is what we've got for the pre-plan. So it's looking cute. It's looking very shiny. So that's exciting. And stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here is the finished spread. I'm gonna give you a little wiggle and a twerk. Very foily, probably the most foiled of any kit I have ever used, to be honest, but I think it turned out super cute. I do have a good amount left over from this kit from Simply Gilded. I have a bunch of flags, deco, functional things. I have all the seals, a few headers on this page, some date dots, functional things here, boxes, and more date covers and things here. So I'm gonna throw this all in my leftovers and I will probably use them kind of together. At least a good chunk of this, obviously not all the date covers, but probably a good chunk of this I'll use together at some point in the future. That's probably the most foil I've ever used, but I do think it turned out great. This kit, the vinyl of the kit did make it hard to write with the pen I usually use, so I did pull out this Mean Show fine liner Superior. This is the 0.2 because I thought that even though it says it's a different width than my iHow, that's what these look like, it felt like the same weight for all of these things, and I just kind of went over the words a couple of times. Some are a little messier than others, but it's fine. It turned out. The week has a lot of ups and downs for sure. Sorry, my cat is gonna show up maybe in the corner. I started a new cross stitch project, which was really nice. Work was really tough, so that part was not so good. And then over the weekend was my sister and her husband's wedding shindig, so that part was really good. Lots of family time for sure over this 3-day weekend. I think that's all I have for today. So as always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know how your week went down below, or if you don't have anything that you want to leave leave me a CD or other music related emoji. I feel like I don't get to use those very often. And then follow me on Instagram at Creative Life of Liz. You'll see in progress and finished spreads. I tag all the shops, show you bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.